So as it was reported, Ryback was originally advertised to appear in a big battle royal for the upcoming United States title defense and determine the number one contender. And Ryback did not appear because apparently he was sent home because he's in a contract dispute with WWE. And Ryback has been demanding more money from them because he views that for some reason he feels like the company should be paying more and more to the guys who have the job every night to get financially compensated, and while the big main event stars are getting money off of the established paychecks they get, also add in the merchandising, pay per view bonuses, WWE Network subscription bonuses. So adding these four factors, and I kind of can get where Ryback is going with this. In real life, his real name is Ryan Reeves. I can kind of get where that is, but I think there's a hierarchy, and Ryback is basically saying he's trying to take down that hierarchy that's been around for years and years, and he thinks he can pretty much establish a new hierarchy where everyone's pretty much treated the same level and get a better pay out of this. Like I get what Ryback's trying to say, but like it's hard to really find a proper balance for the lower mid card guys to the upper tier echelon card of the established main eventers. Like kind of like, and this like become a habit, because if they did that, then the main eventers will get mad, and then they'll have to compensate them, and then the lower card will get mad again, and then they'll have to compensate them, and then we'd be back at this big habit, and there would be nonstop chaos there. So right now, the current hierarchy might be a necessary evil for the company if you feel like Ryback is right in this case. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Right now, there's been numerous disputes been going on. Apparently, this has been brewing since when he won the Intercontinental title last year. And before he dropped to Kevin Owens, he was having a contract dispute, and then it kind of got out of hand on Monday Night Raw, apparently, and Ryback left the building and was sent home by WWE officials to, just go home. And WWE and Ryback posted a Tumblr post expressing his how he feels absolutely free after being sent home and to fly home for the first time in years, and he said he felt absolutely free for it for some reason. I don't know what was going on, but apparently Ryback feels like there's a lot of weight lifted off his shoulders, dealing with the company, dealing with the public due to certain people supporting CM Punk, and his relationship with Punk has been very deteriorated since the podcast. And Ryback has been accused of steroids, has been accused of legitimately injuring people on purpose. Like I get he's stiff in the ring, but but we have no proof to say, oh, he's doing it on purpose, because then some people would say, well, Owen Hart injured Steve Austin, so why not say he did it on purpose? Like accidents happen. I get you can make an argument maybe Ryback did that on purpose, but really, so far I'm just looking at it was like a huge accident, since Ryback's was very undeveloped when it comes to being booked and pushed and getting an established style. Like he had just come in after Skip Sheffield after he got injured, and then came back as Ryback. He got pushed way too soon before he could be properly ready, and that had to do with Cena getting hurt, and that should say a lot about the problem with John Cena being at the top for so long and not pushing these other replacements for him until it was too late. So, and Ryback's career kind of went out of bad, not just bad booking, but then CM Punk's reign was still going on at the time, and they were booking him for The Rock, so Ryback would lose every match he had with CM Punk. And then there was the Shield, and he had to work with the Shield, and they had to get over. And well, Ryback afterwards, and then a horrible WrestleMania match with Mark Henry, and like I felt like that was the worst purposely made idea they could have went with when it ended the way it did, and I was there. By the way, I might make a WrestleMania video about that, so no idea. Mostly the highlight of the night was CM Punk versus The Undertaker. But moving on. So apparently, not only is Ryback and WWE arguing over a contract, what they want to do next with him, But now apparently Ryback is involved in a trademark battle over the big guy name. So Ryback apparently trademarked the big guy, and I felt like that's a very vague concept because now if someone calls themselves the big guy, then they can't do that. Like I get that's his nickname. Say hello to the big guy, and really I feel like that's a Scott Hall nickname. Like I still remember his Great American Bash promo where he says, "Cause the big guy and the medium-sized guy, and on surprise, buddy, we're gonna carve them up." I'm feeling like maybe Ryback might have maybe trademarked something that was very vague, and if Ryback really is some arrogant, corporate greedy, obsessively power hungry person, then he could sue anyone that calls themselves the big guy, and there would be a lot of people that calls themselves the big guy, most likely on the independent scene. And then WWE apparently filed a trademark for that, which just reminds me of the Fine Brothers, but I will not get into them whatsoever. And, well, now there's a trademark battle going on above the contract, along with the contract dispute. So I don't know what's going to happen. Like from what I've gathered, it seems like Ryback might be done with the company. In fact, he even says that after this post on Tumblr he made, they might release me. So pretty much I'm content with that. So what's pretty much what he was saying. And Ryback might do better on the independent scene when it comes to being booked, but not in Chicago. Just don't go to Chicago because him and Chicago might never see eye to eye since Chicago's a diehard CM Punk country play pretty much at this point. And Ryback just recently mocked CM Punk's entrance, which was pretty much the highlight of the Kalisto Ryback match they had at Payback, as I said in my previous video. But so could Ryback succeed more in the independent scene than he did on the WWE? Maybe, and they might after years later down the road they might patch things up, and then Ryback might come back and he might get a much better spot in the card since he did well in the independent scene if he does decide to go there. So we don't know what's going to happen, but apparently he might get released. They might, and reportedly WWE's just content with just fulfilling the like. Okay, you know what? We don't really care anymore. We have all these other guys we can work with. You're not really a big loss to this company. We'll just be content to just give you the checks every week. Any merchandising deals we had with you, we'll just be content to give you all that money and neutrally part ways after that. So I think that might be what's going to happen. And Ryback did ask for TV time indefinitely leave. So we might not see him on TV anymore. He might leave the company. WWE might be content with just paying him at home for a bit until his contract is up later this summer. So we can expect more as the months go by and if time goes by. I'll be sure to see if I can find any more information later on down the road when reports come out. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.